Hi, welcome to our channel Good New. Everywhere in daily life, chips tiny than sparrows are common. All that is inside a sparrow are its internal organs. Numerous transistors, totaling over 10 billion, are located inside the chip. Actually, the entire chip production process, including chip research and development, chip fabrication, and other steps, is very lengthy and intricate. However, the creation of chips should be the most crucial factor, as China's Huawei is presumably well aware. Small, sophisticated high-end technology products need the assistance of a variety of high-end technologies during the chip production process. Photoresists are necessary since using lithography machines alone is insufficient. A Chinese company has also achieved new advancements in the photoresist industry for lithography machines. How likely is it that Shanghai Sinyang will be able to close the photoresist gap? What does the recent development in EUV photoresist mean for China? Can China end Japan's monopoly on EUV photoresist with this latest advancement? Officially announcing the latest developments in EUV photoresist was Shanghai Sinyang. Shanghai Sinyang conducted a performance briefing on May 22, 2022. During this briefing, Shanghai Sinyang shared two positive developments. The first is that EUV photoresist pre-production has already begun at Shanghai Sinyang. Development of exploratory technologies through research. The fundamental theory, creation mechanism, performance observation, and other aspects of EUV photoresist are the primary research areas. So what exactly is the purpose of EUV photoresist? When used with an EUV lithography machine, EUV photoresist can transfer the necessary fine pattern to the substrate by photochemical reaction, exposure, and development. This makes it clear that EUV lithography equipment is still crucial, and Shanghai Sinyang's entry into the EUV photoresist market is a significant development for China. This information is crucial, in fact. The significance of photoresist is, after all, obvious. A lithography machine must use photoresist if it is to carry out lithography accurately. The needed tiny pattern can be accurately and precisely transferred by the photoresist to the substrate that is ready to undergo photochemical reaction and photolithography procedures like exposure and development. These two announcements from Shanghai Sinyang represent, in my opinion, new developments in the city's photoresist research and development. How does this new development affect China, then? What does photoresist research and development mean for China? On May 23, 2022, the British Financial Times reported that Eric, CEO of Japanese photoresist giant JSR Johnson, publicly stated that even if China obtained exact information on the chemical composition of photoresist, it will still be very difficult in terms of purity, precision, and manufacturing. This was in response to China's rush in the photoresist field and its desire to achieve breakthroughs in high-end photoresist. China's domestically produced photoresist appears to be less than hopeful about the state of the world. The photoresist will in the future respond loudly to these deteriorating voices once it has touched down. Increasing China's commercial influence further is not necessarily impossible. The global photoresist market will also reach $2.2 billion in 2022, predicts the international consulting firm TechSet in April 2022. However, the cost of photoresist may potentially increase due to problems with the availability of raw materials and transportation. The cost of photoresist, not to mention the most expensive EUV photoresist, appears to be on the rise in the future. It might not be difficult for China if the highest-end EUV photoresist can locally be produced and successfully reach the market in the future. Bring about extra financial gains. Last but not least, China is actually succeeding in localizing EUV lithography equipment. Professor Tang Chuanxiang of Tsinghua University led a team that successfully landed a new particle accelerator stationary macrobeam through SSMB verification in terms of EUV light sources. Coverage of EUV by Hertz. China's Huawei has achieved advancements in dual workbench systems as early as 2019. The Chinese Academy of Sciences created the nation's first high-energy synchrotron radiation light source apparatus in terms of optical lenses. The three key EUV lithography technologies have shown advancements. Currently, work is being done on EUV photoresist. If it continues to be successful, local EUV lithography equipment might soon be available. China will benefit greatly from ASML's dependency on expensive chip manufacturing machinery being eliminated. What are the chances that China will develop photoresist successfully? In reality, there is still a great chance that Shanghai Sinyang will succeed. Shanghai Sinyang released a statement on March 8, 2021, stating that the ASML 1400 it had acquired from ASML had been successfully tested. The delivery of the lithographic and dry lithography equipment went without a hitch. Simply wait for the installation and subsequent debugging before using it. In addition, Shanghai Sinyang claimed that these gadgets significantly hasten the advancement of 193 nanometers ARF dry photoresist items. In conclusion, Shanghai Sinyang's recent advancement in EUV photoresist has enormous implications for China. Can Shanghai Sinyang's recent advancements end Japan's stranglehold in the photoresist industry? Can China's photoresist technology shatter the stranglehold held by Japan? Japanese photoresist holds a robust dominant position, accounting for 72% of the worldwide photoresist market share, according to pertinent, reliable statistics. However, it's possible that Shanghai Sinyang's new development won't be able to end the Japanese monopoly. As a result, on March 1, 2022, at around 2 p.m., there was an explosion and fire at the Tokai plant of the Asahi Kasei Group in Nobeoka City, Miyazaki Prefecture, Japan. Even more problematic is the fact that Asahi City Group is a significant global supplier of photoresist. Asahi Kasei Group is currently lacking information indicating that its development is proceeding as planned. As a result, both the pressure Shanghai Sinyang Semiconductor faces from photoresist competition and the ability of the world to produce photoresist may be significantly decreased. Shanghai Sinyang might not be able to end Japan's monopoly if there are more blanks available on the consumer market and there is significantly less competition. Additionally, because Japan placed limits on South Korea's ability to export some display and semiconductor materials in July of last year. With the swift implementation of an import substitution strategy, South Korea's reliance on Japanese photoresist has decreased to less than 50%. Shanghai Sinyang is expanding and contracting at the same time as the Japanese photoresist market is contracting, and it may not be able to affect Japan's monopoly in the photoresist industry. In conclusion, Shanghai Sinyang's debut into the field of photoresist, in addition to the Chinese Academy of Sciences, has greatly aided the growth of domestic photoresist. When the photoresist reaches autonomous self-research, it will be highly beneficial for China's economy, GDP growth, and future influence on the greatest economy in the world. We are extremely pleased to learn that Shanghai Sinyang Semiconductor in China has made encouraging new developments in the area of EUV photoresist. This has a significant influence on and relevance for China's growth in this area. In the near future, Chinese enterprises will be able to proudly display the Made in China label in the EUV photoresist market, ending the Japanese monopoly that has existed in China for as long as feasible. Thanks for watching in this video. You can add your ideas or suggestions below. Please keep following our channel and like our videos.